young tenants in Massachusetts. State lawmakers today getting briefed on what services are available for those affected.
The state legislative briefing was held by a new program called the COVID Eviction Legal Help Project. The program's designed to help low-income people who are dealing with the threat of eviction. It's something that State Senator Sal DiDomenico said was a crisis before the pandemic.
And now it's going to exacerbate it with COVID-19 coming upon us, and especially with the hardest, the low-income communities, and the issues that they have faced historically, long been devastated through the pandemic.
The senator urged those attending the Zoom briefing to support a right to counsel.
Get back to work. Now she and all of us, once again, being urged not to do that by public health experts like Brown University's Dr. Ashish Jha.
Given how full our hospitals are right now, I just think it's a very, very risky thing.
TSA says more than a million people pass through airport security each day the weekend before Christmas. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
New York's governor is calling on the federal government to prevent a new virulent strain of coronavirus from reaching the U.S.
Right now, this variant in the UK is on a plane and flying to JFK. Right now, today.
Governor Andrew Cuomo says the U.S. government needs to restrict or ban travel from the United Kingdom when COVID cases have soared lately. Officials believe a new version of the illness is 70% more transmissible than the virus that's already devastated the U.S. That new strain of coronavirus is causing concern among health officials in the U.K. More than 30 countries also have now.
Million people pass through airport security each day the weekend before Christmas. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
New York's governor is calling on the federal government to prevent a new virulent strain of coronavirus from reaching the U.S.
Right now, this variant in the UK is on a plane and flying to JFK. Right now, today.
Governor Andrew Cuomo says the U.S. government needs to restrict or ban travel from the United Kingdom when COVID cases have soared lately. Officials believe a new version of the illness is 70% more transmissible than the virus that's already devastated the U.S.
I have no plan to do so before I leave.
Hunter Biden's already undergoing a tax investigation being led by the U.S. Attorney in Delaware. The investigation reportedly linked to overseas business activities. Late last week, there was a meeting at the White House. President Trump, his chief of staff, White House counsel, and the lawyer, Sidney Powell. Among those who took part, ABC's Karen Travers has reaction from the Attorney General on one idea that was raised during that meeting.
The meeting at the White House was very heated. At one point, sources say the idea was raised with President Trump issuing an executive order to try and seize and examine voting machines across the country to look for fraud. ABC News today asked Attorney General William Barr if the president has that legal authority. He didn't answer the specific question.
I think my base is now for
During that meeting,
The meeting at the White House was very heated. At one point, sources say the idea was raised with President Trump issuing an executive order to try and seize and examine voting machines across the country to look for fraud. ABC News today asked Attorney General William Barr if the president...
Sunny to partly cloudy on Wednesday with a cold breeze at times, high 38. For Thursday, Christmas Eve, cloudy, increasingly windy and milder. Rain arriving late today or at night, high 50 to 55. Rain heavy at times will produce plenty of strong winds and could gust to 50 miles per hour better at the coast. And AccuWeather meteorologist Kai Erickson, WBZ, Boston News Radio.
34 degrees right now in Beverly. It's 38 on the Vineyard.
In Boston are Teddy, Charlie, Buddy, Max, and Cooper. Top 5 female dog names are Bella, Luna, Lucy, Daisy, and Rosie.
By the way, one of my 3 dogs is named Teddy. Kim Tatacliff, WBZ, Boston News Radio.
And every weekday at 10:51 a.m. and 4:51 p.m. for the 93 Financial News. All of Larry Welch will help keep you up to date on everything financially important to you and your family. Window Nation is twice as nice this holiday season. First, get 0% financing for 60 months. And buy 2 windows, get 2 more free. There's no limit. Call today, 866-90Nation, or visit them online at windownation.com.
This holiday, give the gift of beauty and relaxation. Elizabeth Brady gift cards are the perfect gift. Call 1-800-FACIALS or shop online at elizabethbrady.com. Easy as that.
Portions of the following program will be recorded.
WXKSFM HD2 Medford, an iHeart radio station. Now, more than ever, it matters where you get your news. WBZ News Radio.
34 degrees in Boston at 3 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Ben Parker. Here's what's happening. Nearly $49 million in grants to small businesses are awarded in Massachusetts through the COVID-19 Small Business Grant Program. That is administered by the Massachusetts Growth Capital Corporation. This grant program aims to get people back to work, supporting small businesses and fostering innovation and more. Many of the small businesses awarded grants are owned by women, minorities.
That leads to another strain, and that is what we have seen throughout the pandemic.
Currently, World Health officials have discovered 4,000 mutations of the coronavirus. So far, the 2 approved vaccines are believed to prevent all of them. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
You get some speed as you clear the gas tank. You're back in it a little after Bryant Ave, and it stays like that really bad on Route 3. Really the top of Route 3. It's okay coming down that Union Street, though. The northbound expressway, tough going Furnace Brook Parkway and passing the pontoon.
Just up to 50 miles an hour or so at the coast. Windy start to Christmas Day. Rain in the morning, some snow later on, especially inland. Temperatures will fall through the day on Christmas. Right now it is 35 degrees in Boston. A deal was made, but state and local governments are not set to receive federal aid. House Speaker Robert Toledo and Senate President Karen Kilgad encouraged Congress to approve that. The roughly $900 billion agreement in Washington includes pandemic relief targeting housing stability and transit. If approved today, as expected, it would direct $25 billion toward rental assistance across the country. Inland temperatures will fall through the day on Christmas. Right now it is 35 degrees in Boston. A deal was made, but state and local governments are not set to receive federal aid. House Speaker Robert Toledo and Senate President Karen Kilgad encouraged Congress to approve that. The roughly $900 billion agreement in Washington includes pandemic relief targeting housing stability and transit. If approved today.
To balance good news, including the financial relief deal struck in Washington and the U.S. rollout of the Moderna COVID vaccine.
It's compatible and can help you improve reliability, increase capacity, and reduce latency. Cisco and IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/Cisco.
I think Steve was waiting to see like how it may impact his decision, so we're still flushing that out.
And the Cincinnati Bengals host the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday Night Football. Game time is 15. Brian Antonelli, WBZ, Boston News Radio. Researching traffic and weather together.
The Independent. This is WBZ News Radio.
Good afternoon, I'm Ben Parker. Here are the 5 things you need to know at 3:15. CBS is lending a hand. The company to start rolling out coronavirus vaccines in nearly 2,000 children. That is CBS's Hermila Araguay. Everything old is new again. Isn't that the same? Things old like the Patriots not making the playoffs. Yeah, this year, first time since 2008.